Hey guys, good evening everyone. It's December 20th, 2021. It's a Monday. Happy Monday. And welcome back to my channel. If you have watched my video yesterday, that was a comeback after a very long time of vacation. So, in this video, I am once again going to review some of your requests and some of the most trending stocks in the Philippine market today. Okay, so if this is the first time you're watching my video, I am Miss JD. I do review stocks in the Philippine market, sometimes in the US market, and cryptocurrency. So if you have not subscribed yet, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos, which happens every day. Okay, so let us start. First of all, I'd like to just quickly give some update on the news that really captured my attention today. And this is about this article from the Inquirer. Philippine economy seen growing 7% next year. So that's another um, promising insight coming from this article. Okay, so it says here very quickly, I'd like to read it. Barcelona based Focus Economics has upgraded its 2022 growth forecast for the Philippines to 7% on the back of sustained mass vaccination and infrastructure buildup. In a December 16 report, Focus Economics said this month's consensus gross domestic product forecast for next year among its panel of economists rose from 6.8% growth last month. As such, they now expect GDP to expand within the government's 7 to 9% target range for 2022. So that's a good one. Hopefully, our stocks will also follow, and hopefully, we can end the year bright with more recoveries from the stocks that dipped. Okay, but let me quickly start with the index. How did we move today? Okay, so that's a green, all right, but looks like we have not sustained that bounce. We were anticipating a continuation now that we have ended as of yesterday. Friday's candlestick ended above the MA20 line, but that was not sustained. So this simply means that we're not solid yet with the idea that it will continue to move higher. So my outlook yesterday was negated by today's candlestick. Okay, so that's just normal. And at the moment, okay, so see this after this long huge volume that happened last Thursday, the volume right after that is not that much, so we might be experiencing some difficulty breaking that. Hopefully the ideal picture is for the volume to, as we go higher and higher, the volume is also um, the movement is supported by the volume. But in this case, there isn't much. And today we had a 237 million on net foreign selling. So we might have a pullback. And of course, key area to watch out as a possible bounce level would be, I'm not sure if I plotted it in this level yesterday, but yes, around the 7066 area that could be revisited one more time before we can recover. Okay, so let's see. This means that the most of the stocks in the index must have retraced for today, or maybe went sideways for today. So that's the implication there. Now let's check out some of your requests. First is Dito. Dito, you had a gap down, but it landed right where you had your support. So it might create a support in this level. Okay, so we got rejected here. We slightly went above the MA20 line, but it was not sustained. So sometimes it could overshoot and then it will not sustain. So chances are it will go back to the previous support, which is around the 5 peso area. Note that there is a scheduled stocks right offering uh, coming soon. It's, I think, here in the news. Let's see this. Stocks right offering. I think the amount was 4 pesos and 88 cents. There. For between 4.88 to 6.88. When will this be? Start offer would be the 27th of December. So I think for those people who are long-term investors for Dito, this is a good opportunity, and just don't expect for the stock to recover right away, because it has been stated for the longest time, right? They're anticipating um, for the investments to for their ROI to be around 3 to 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, so just trying to recall those articles that I've read. So 5 years, 5 years down the line, let's see where this stock will be heading. At the moment, it's 5.18. After that bull run, it went down and has not recovered as of yet. So this is an accumulation phase for those people who are long term. You know, if you want, every, let's say if you're employed, every payday set an amount, and then just set aside to add more shares or exposure for this stock. But mind you, be on the conservative side. It's not going to bounce anytime soon. Okay, so it might even go sideways first, and yeah, sideways first before it recovers. So the area I'm looking at would be around 5.03, which is very close to the amount they mentioned in the SRO. Okay, so that's something we need to watch out for. But so far, there was also a news that mentioned, well, this was dated today. Dito hits 5 million subscribers, posts 2 billion on revenue. But of course, that's just the gross amount. We don't know exactly how much the debt that they have or the investments they made. That's not the net income as of yet. Okay, so, but nevertheless, 5 million is 5 million. So that's a big movement in um the subscriber count. So hopefully they will continue to grow their business right there. All right, so the next stock is GTCAP. GTCAP, well, we had this is the second day where we made movements above the MA20 line. So at this point, I'd like to just simply plot our support right at the MA20 level. So guys, I read some of your comments, and you might really find this technical analysis to be very simple, straightforward, and that's the objective. That's my objective, and that's working for me. I don't have to draw so many lines, and it might just confuse my outlook. It's just very straightforward. Support, resistance, Bollinger Band, RSI, and volume, it all works for me. So hopefully you see value in in these insights, but you don't really have to follow whatever I say. You just you know have a second voice perhaps. If my outlook is different than your outlook, then you're not required to follow. This is just me documenting my thoughts, because this is also my way of studying. I've been in um, the world of stock market for several years now, and this is my daily rigor. uh, I make sure to record my thoughts, because most of the time I would go back and evaluate my outlook from the previous day and see if it was moving in the direction I was anticipating. I was forecasting. Okay, but okay, going back to GT cap, purely technicals, right? So at the moment, we managed to break out of that MA20 line, which is the center line here in my Bollinger Band. And I'm pegging our support now, which was previously a resistance right here and right here. So it might create a support right at the 575 level. Okay, so if there will be fluctuations, chances are like what happened today, it managed to hit that area and then moved up. It moved up. Okay, so if you bought it around 575, then that was a good gain, but not very significant yet for a day's performance. Let's say you entered right here, well, that's just a 2%, almost 2% gain. But there was foreign buying that happened today. So let us see if that will be sustained. Overall, GTCAP is one of the big players in the country, so I think you're still in good hands here. Next would be SGP. This was your request. I don't have it here, but one of you guys requested this. Oh, what happened here? Oh, so I was not able to really monitor this. There's a dividend, 0.20, coming from here. It went down to this level and has not moved since. But look, guys, our Bollinger Band coming from a very wide opening. It's when you see this, that means it was highly volatile at that point. See, imagine from this amount 403, it went down to 12. Hopefully, guys, you were not able to enter at this price level because that's a massive drop right there. When was this? May and then November. So what happened? Was it suspended from May 28th, then it went back to November 10th. So I don't have the backstory here, but at the moment it is accumulating. The Bollinger Band is so constricted. Chances are once it starts triggering either side, okay, either side, I'm not saying this is already it, because when it recovered or when it went back on the 10th of November, it was already moving at that price level. So we don't know, it could experience some more breakdown, or once it starts triggering the upper Bollinger Band, then that's a good sign. But look, let's try to do 4 hours. The movement are mostly in below the Bollinger Band, but I tried to in change the timeline to 4 hours. Looks like in the 4 hour time frame it is now creating a support at this area, so just be extra careful. Personally, if you're to ask me, I am not going to engage in this stock, especially if you have not yet started, because number one, the volume is really, really low here. So see this. But don't quote me on this for now. I have not done any thorough study on this company, but given that the drop is massive, maybe what you can do if you want to enter right here, wait for a volume that will spike up. Okay, at the moment there's really not much movement in terms of volume, it's just flat. Okay, so maybe wait for one solid green candlestick and paired with the right volume, something like this, and then chances are it will give some, next movement would be a recovery right there. So just peg it at 1282, but if it breaks that, make sure to have a threshold. What is your acceptable loss? If it reaches that level, then you have to stick with it. If you have decided that if it reaches below, let's say down by 4 or 5%, I'm going to exit this trade. Exit it. Stay true to what you have set in your plan so that it will not get worse. Unless you're a long-term holder of SGP. But personally, I don't have the backstory yet of this company. Okay, so let's check out the other stocks. What happened to the other stocks? SPNEC. Um, so we reviewed this yesterday, and we mentioned that it was I think there's a potential for the stock to continue upwards, but and it did for today. But again, it's just 2 days worth of data. Just be extra careful if you're already profitable. Maybe you can lock in some gains and let half of it continue the bullish movement and then take profit higher. Otherwise, if you're already profitable, maybe you can consider taking profit everything. But with 2 days worth of data, it's so hard to say at which level will it go even higher, or at what point will it retrace. Okay, JFC, pretty much the same sentiment as the index. There was a massive selling that happened today. GFC also did that today, so chances are it will go back to the previous levels, which is at this point 204. So let's put a marker right here. 204 or 205 will be the next support. So maybe there will be a continuation, but hopefully not that deep anymore, because we already have experienced it when it was right over here. It took some time for it to recover, so hopefully it just stops right there. But then again, we'll try to check this stock one more time once, every day. If you want to request, just request it and I can check that out. But for now, I see possible selling uh, by tomorrow and in the coming days. Let's check out ACEN. ACEN made a recovery, but we're still not safe. Look, we're here. This is the downward or downtrend channel. We're still right there. We're following that movement, so this could still be rejected, especially there's no volume. What's really nice is if it goes higher, then there's volume, then chances are it will continue to move even higher. But at this point, I'm on the conservative side. This is your downtrend resistance, so chances are it could even go back to the 10 peso area, which for those people who are long-term investors, that could be your opportunity to buy some more. Once it touches this level, all you got to do is observe your movement in your RSI, which is already starting to give some bullish divergence here. While the stock price is flat, let us say it goes back here and then sustains the same trend here, doesn't break that upward line, then that means the buying sentiment is starting to take place. So once it reaches that level, then chances are it will bounce. And my conclusion is wait for that opportunity, haggle for a few cents. um, Maybe you can get it at 10 peso area, 10.18 there. ICT, we crossed the MA20 line, and I think it will retrace, but ICT is a very stable stock ever since. It's moving up, so if it is going to go down, I'd say it's not going to go massively down, but just some retracement, pullback, healthy pullback for those people who are profitable. And I'm looking at this price range, okay, for if it will go if it'll go down. First stop would be right over here. If it breaks that, then the next stop would be right over here. So I'm plotting two areas, 187 and 177. Hopefully it will respect this previous resistance and create a support right there. At the moment, just hang in there. But if you're profitable, lock in some gains because I see some more selling that will happen. It could stop right here, 187 or 177. So if you're profitable, lock in gains. But if you want to buy some more, see the movement once it touches 187 or 177. All right. So I think those are the stocks. I don't want to bore you guys with a very long video. I was able to review DITO, GTCAP, SGP, SPNEC, JFC, ACEN, and ICT. So thank you guys for watching and for joining me in my study session today. Hopefully you can hit the subscribe button if you want to watch more videos like this one every day, or feel free to request some of the stocks you're closely monitoring so I can also share my insights. In the meantime, thank you for watching and bye bye for now.